Hey, Marcia. Sorry I'm late. Traffic was a nightmare. What can I get you? You look rough. Anything wrong? Hope's voice rang through the bustling coffee shop, a comforting beacon amidst the chaos. Marcia, haggard and drained, managed a weak smile, her eyes reflecting the weight of an unbearable week. It's been one of those weeks, Hope. Work has been insane. I barely sleep, and honestly, I just feel awful, she admitted, her voice barely rising above a whisper. Hope, ever the supportive friend, leaned in, her face a picture of concern. Oh, girl, you know you can tell me anything. Spill the beans, she encouraged. Marcia sighed, sipping her coffee as she gathered her thoughts. It's just, I woke up this morning grinding my teeth so bad my jaw felt like it was going to fall off. Plus, this constant stomachache and these headaches that won't quit. Everything just feels out of whack. The confession hung in the air, a stark reminder of the toll work-related stress can take. Hope frowned, processing the information. That sounds awful. Is this just a normal busy period then? She inquired, her mind already piecing together the puzzle. Marcia shook her head. It's supposed to be, but honestly everything just feels amplified. Even the thought of going into work today makes me cringe. I can't remember the last time I actually slept through the night. Hope's eyes widened in realization. Hold on a sec, let me see if I've got this straight. Grinding teeth, stomach cramps, headaches, work dread and insomnia? She listed, each symptom a glaring red flag. These aren't just random things, Marcia. They're signs of a negative work-life balance. Your body is screaming for help. Marcia's eyes widened in surprise. You really think so? Hope nodded, her expression serious. Absolutely. These are all common signs of stress and burnout, Marcia. You need to slow down before you burn out completely. Shock turned to understanding on Marcia's face. Wow, I never really thought about it like that. But what do I do? Hope smiled, a reassuring beacon in the storm. First things first, you need to prioritize your health. Take some time off, even if it's just a long weekend. Sleep in, do stuff you enjoy, disconnect from work completely. As the words sank in, Marcia took a deep breath, her first in what seemed like ages. That sounds amazing, but what about work? I have deadlines. Hope interrupted her gently. Even the most important deadlines aren't worth your health, Marcia. Delegate, reschedule, do whatever you need to. Your well-being comes first. The words hung in the air, a lifeline thrown out to a friend in need. That sounds awful. Is this just a normal busy period then? It's supposed to be, but honestly, everything just feels amplified. Even the thought of going into work today makes me cringe. I can't remember the last time I actually slept through the night. Such is the tale of Marcia, a woman caught in the throes of a negative work-life balance. She's been grinding her teeth, a sign of stress that's so severe it's physically manifesting. She's also been experiencing stomach cramps and relentless headaches, further tangible signs that her body is under duress. The dread she feels at the mere thought of work is another glaring red flag. When the place that's meant to provide a sense of achievement becomes a source of apprehension, it's a clear indication that something's off. And then there's the insomnia. A mind that's constantly worrying with stress and anxiety doesn't switch off easily. The lack of restful sleep doesn't just leave you tired. It affects your ability to function during the day, both physically and mentally. But here's the thing, Marcia's not alone. Many of us are so caught up in the hustle and bustle of work that we fail to recognize these symptoms for what they are, clear signs of a negative work-life balance. Luckily for Marcia, her friend Hope is there to point out these red flags. She recognizes the signs for what they are, Marcia's body crying out for help, signaling that she's on the fast track to burnout. Hope's knowledge about the signs of a negative work-life balance is a lifeline for Marcia. It's a wake-up call, a chance to reassess her situation before it spirals further out of control. And this is where we all need to be more like Hope. We need to be vigilant to recognize these signs in ourselves and in others. Because a negative work-life balance isn't just about feeling overworked or stressed. It's about the impact it has on our health, our relationships, and our overall well-being. These aren't just random things, Marcia. No, they aren't. They're red flags. Signals that it's time to take a step back and reassess. Because work is important, but so is life. And striking the right balance between the two is key to our happiness and health. Opening. You think? These two words hang in the air, a question filled with both dread and hope. Hope, with her characteristic candor, doesn't mince words. I think these are actually pretty big red flags for a negative work-life balance, she says firmly. You're pushing yourself too hard, and your body is screaming for help." The words hit Marsha like a tidal wave, washing over her in a rush of realization. It's as if a light has been switched on, illuminating the dark corners of her life she's been too busy, too tired, or too stressed to notice. Red flags, Marsha mulls over the words, tasting the unpleasant truth they carry. Stress, burnout, negative work-life balance. These are terms she's heard before but never really applied to herself. But now, seeing her life through Hope's lens, she can't deny the glaring signs. "Your symptoms aren't just random, Marsha," Hope continues, her voice steady. "Grinding teeth, stomach cramps, headaches, work dread and insomnia, these are all common signs of stress and burnout. You need to slow down before you burn out completely." Marsha's mind is spinning, a whirlwind of thoughts and fears. But amidst the chaos, one question cuts through the noise echoing in her head. "Wow, I never really thought about it like that. But what do I do?" This is the moment of realization, the turning point where Marsha finally acknowledges the gravity of her situation. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but it's also a necessary one, because acknowledging the problem is the first step towards finding a solution. And Marsha, with Hope's help, is ready to take that first step. Closing. "Wow, I never really thought about it like that, but what do I do?" The question hangs in the air, a plea for help and a commitment to change. And as we'll see in the next scene, it's a question Hope is more than ready to answer. Scene script. First things first, you need to prioritize your health. Take some time off, even if it's just a long weekend. Sleep in, do stuff you enjoy, disconnect from work completely. This is the first step towards reclaiming your life from the clutches of a negative work-life balance. It's time to give your body and mind the break they desperately need. It's time to remember that you are not defined by your work alone, but by the rich tapestry of experiences that make up your life. Now you might be thinking, "But I can't just take a break. I have responsibilities, deadlines, projects." And yes, we all do. But remember, your primary responsibility is towards yourself. Your health, your happiness, your peace of mind. They are not just important, they are essential. And it's not just about taking time off, it's about creating a sustainable work-life balance that allows you to fulfill your professional commitments without sacrificing your personal well-being. So how do you do this? Start by setting boundaries. Learn to say no when you need to. Don't allow work to seep into every corner of your life. Dedicate specific times for work and make sure you stick to them. Next, delegate. If you have too much on your plate, share the load. You're not a one-man army and you don't need to be. It's okay to ask for help. Then make time for what makes you happy. Whether it's a hobby, spending time with loved ones, or just curling up with a good book, make sure you're doing things that bring you joy. And finally, take care of your physical health. Eat well, exercise regularly, and get enough sleep. These are not luxuries, they are necessities. Listen, even the most important deadlines aren't worth your health, Marsha. Delegate, reschedule, do whatever you need to. Your well-being comes first. Remember, a negative work-life balance isn't a life sentence. It's a sign that something needs to change, and you have the power to make that change. You deserve a life that's filled with more than just work. A life that's filled with joy, peace, and fulfillment. And it starts with prioritizing your health and well-being. Thank you, Hope. You're a lifesaver. I think I'm going to take your advice and actually set some boundaries this time. And with that, Marsha, like many of us, embarks on a journey towards healthier work-life balance. This conversation between Marsha and Hope is a mirror to the lives of countless professionals who are grappling with the harsh reality of negative work-life balance. The pain, the stress, the sleepless nights, they all point towards an unsustainable lifestyle. But it's not all bleak, because just like Marsha, it's never too late for us to take a step back, reassess, and make the necessary changes. So what does it mean to set boundaries at work? It's about understanding that work is just one aspect of life, not its entirety. It's about valuing your personal time as much as your professional time. It's saying no to overburdening yourself and yes to giving yourself the space to recharge and rejuvenate. But setting boundaries is just the first step. The bigger challenge lies in maintaining them. You might face resistance from your colleagues, your boss, or even yourself. Remember, boundaries are not walls to isolate you, but fences to protect you. Be firm, be consistent, and most importantly, be kind to yourself. And let's not forget the importance of self-care. Take time off to unwind, pursue your hobbies, spend time with loved ones, or simply do nothing. Because a well-rested mind is a productive mind, and a happy you is a successful you. Marsha's story is a reminder for all of us to listen to the signals our bodies and minds are sending us. It's a call to action to prioritize our health and well-being above all else. Because at the end of the day, you can't pour from an empty cup. We hope that Marsha's journey inspires you to take charge of your life, to recognize the signs of a negative work-life balance, and to take the necessary steps towards a healthier, happier you. And as we wrap up this conversation, we leave you with Marsha's words of resolve, tinged with a newfound optimism and a promise of a better tomorrow. Deal, I can't wait to feel like myself again.